For over a year, we've been talking a lot about two individuals who are allegedly very involved with the somewhat planning and instigation of the Capitol riots. Two names come to mind, Stewart Rhodes and Ray Epps. Now, for over a year, while Ray Epps has been on record instigating the Capitol riot, he's the one who was at the front line of the first acts of violence and instigated the first assaults on officers, has never been arrested by the FBI, and he testified in front of the J6 committee, and he told us 1 year later, I'm not a Fed. And the media said, see, he's not. And then he went home. And then we wrapped that one up.
Yep, just super convenient. And I see is it can be played both ways. It's because we know the establishment is very slimy. They know what they're doing. They're great at it. And you can either have Ray Epps, he actually is a Fed, and they're defending him blatantly and wide out in the open, or Ray Epps is not a Fed, but they're actively pushing this and pushing his name, knowing that the right has thrown a lot of their eggs in one basket. And if this falls through, they can say, hey, look, he's not a Fed. You guys are conspiracy theorists. You guys are crazy. And that was an insurrection. And then that's how they're going to win the narrative. I think that's kind of the angle that they're taking. But one thing I'd like to add is Stewart Rhodes as well is actually one of my team members had an interview set up with Stewart Rhodes today, right at the exact time that he was raided. So he was on the way driving to Stewart Rhodes' house, and he got the notification from a news report saying that Stewart Rhodes' house had just been kicked, his door had been kicked down while he was on the phone with his lawyer. So it seems like there's something there.
They raided him. They didn't.
Yeah, they raided his house. They raided him and they detained him.
They probably, I mean, he has oath keepers.
Well, so what they're trying to do right now, and what I'm seeing with the narrative is they want sedition charges. You know, they want to revamp the insurrection narrative. And my Department of Homeland Security contact and we talked about this, I mean, probably about 6 months ago, and he said they are just getting started. You know, the prosecutions, everything that they're bringing against, the amount of people they were arresting, and this was at the time where there was only about 550 people arrested. And now we're up over 700. And it's only growing and growing and growing. And then you get Merrick Garland putting out a statement like, you know, if anyone that was there is going to be charged. But, you know, when double standards apply and, you know, Ray Epps and certain people that were on the ground there that day, it just doesn't matter. So it really seems like it's just we're experiencing a psyop within a psyop, and then within another psyop. So they just keep driving it deeper and deeper and deeper.
Yeah, and it is weird too. It says here, Stewart Rhodes, founder and leader of the extremist group. I don't think the Oath Keepers are extremists, but it says whose members are accused of being key players in January 6th attack on Congress. They call it out. So is it an insurrection? Was it an attack? What is it? Has been indicted and arrested in connection with the riot. Officials said Thursday the 56-year-old who was at the Capitol that the day said he did not enter the building, and the most high-profile person charged in the investigation so far. He's charged with seditious conspiracy along with 10 other Oath Keeper members or associates. So we're just making up history now. So first of all, Ray Epps, they go, well, you guys are all lying because Ray Epps is not a Fed. Although it's my footage that shows Ray Epps instigating the Capitol riot. Yep. No, what I'm saying at the front line, the FBI has called and said, can you identify people? Can you identify these people? I'm not going to cooperate, first of all. Second of all, the feds. But also, the reality is that you go, dude, I saw this guy instigate it. Now there's videos from the night before of him telling people to go in the Capitol, but like also you see him instigate. He's on video instigating the violence. How is that not conspiracy?
Well, that's the reality of it. And the thing is Ray Epps was, I mean, I would say unlucky enough to have those videos taken of him while he was instigating in the night before on Baked Alaska's video. But the reality of it is there was multiple people that were doing the exact same thing Ray Epps were doing, just all apart. I mean, different parts of the Capitol, and then the prior on the day of January 5th. And I actually just learned recently that multiple people, you know, pretty big influencers within our industry were approached on January 5th by the FBI. And the one that accepted to talk to them without a lawyer, they told him that, hey, you are in danger. Don't go to the rally on January 6th tomorrow. And then they ended up not going. And then the other one lawyered up so they didn't get that same quota. And now he's being charged.
Yeah, and you know it's crazy. So Adam Kinzinger, gay, was on record, if we can go here, saying they love their excuses of like why Ray Epps was not arrested. It's like, well, because he didn't enter the Capitol on January 6th and was removed from the most wanted list because apparently he broke no laws. I'm pretty sure the FBI wouldn't be dumb enough to put their own agent on a wanted list.
When We've seen that before.
Yeah. On a wanted list, Ray Epps has cooperated with the January 6th committee, and we thank him. Now, what's interesting is that he actually did violate the Riot Act, Penal Code 18 U.S. Code 2101, which says -A, whoever travels in an interstate or foreign commerce or uses any facility of interstate or foreign commerce, including but not limited to the mail, telegraph, telephone, radio, or television with intent to incite a riot or to organize, promote, encourage, participate in, or carry a riot, or to commit any act of violence in furtherance of a riot, or to aid or abet any person in inciting or participating in or carrying on a riot, or committing any act of violence is the furtherance of a riot, and who either during the course of any such travel or use thereafter performs or attempts to perform any other overt act for any purpose is specified in A, B, C, D of this paragraph shall be fined under this title or imprisoned not more than 5 years or both. So he literally broke the law. He incited a riot.
Oh yeah, I mean, there's no doubt about it that he broke the law. There is no doubt about it.
He didn't break any laws.
Well, and the reality of it is this statement is a good thing. Is if they want to say that Ray Epps didn't break any laws, which he's on camera breaking laws, then what about all these other people that they have detained in pretrial detention for over a year that didn't enter the Capitol, that weren't violent that day, that have essentially just been a victim of this frame job, what I like to call the War on Terror 2.0, is, I mean, they are not guilty. If they're going to hold Epps to this level of accountability, or lack of accountability, I should say, then why do we still have prisoners in pretrial detainment? I mean, why are these people still locked up? Why is the guy that supposedly sprayed Sicknick, which has been proven completely false, and the man that hit him in the head with the fire extinguisher also proven false, why are they still in prison?
Well, and you see things like this too. I know this is important to you. I'm going to zoom in here for a second. But the officer, Byrd, who fatally shot Ashley Babbitt, was never interviewed by DC police before he was cleared. So he's never even interviewed by the area police. To this day, Capitol Police Lieutenant Michael Byrd is still the commander in charge of security for the House of Representatives. U.S. Capitol Police Michael Byrd was never formally interviewed by the DC Metropolitan Police Department, the MPD, before being cleared of wrongdoing in the fatal shooting of Ashley Babbitt during the January 6th Capitol riot, according to a report from Real Clear Investigations. In an interview with the outlet, Babbitt family attorney Terry Roberts said he was surprised on how skimpy Byrd's investigation file is. He didn't provide any statement to criminal investigators, and they didn't push him to make a statement, Roberts also said. Roberts' claims appeared to be backed up by MPD documents obtained by Judicial Watch, which confirmed that Byrd declined to provide a statement. An MPD spokesperson confirmed that Byrd did not cooperate with internal affairs or FBI agents. MPD did not formally interview Lieutenant Byrd. He didn't give a statement while under a U.S. Attorney's Office investigation, said DC MPD Communications Director Kristen Metzger said. Roberts shot Babbitt, who served in the U.S. Air Force, in the neck shoulder area as she tried to climb through broken window of barricade door to the Speaker's lobby near the House chamber. So, I mean, nothing about this is normal. I want people to remember this because they get away with this.
A great philosopher once said that you can be 2 out of 3 things: liberal, smart, or honest, but you can't be all 3. At Slightly Offensive, we're smart and honest. And if you like this clip, head over to Slightly Offensive YouTube channel by clicking right here, where you can find new episodes of our show weekly. We're bringing you the topics, news stories, and angles that will have you saying, why the hell wasn't I subscribed sooner? Also, don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe to this channel too.